I want to thank Governor Kelly and all of you for being here today to celebrate the announcement of our first cost share projects, representing almost $74 million in state, local, federal, and private investments in transportation projects statewide. It's a great day for Kansas and transportation. This fall, I've had the privilege to travel across our great state and talk to Kansans through our local consult meetings for Forward. And there are two things that have stood out during these discussions that relate to today's announcement. One, and you guys are going to get tired of hearing me say this, there is pent-up demand for transportation investments. The fact that we received nearly 100 applications providing $92 million in local investment, requesting $242 million in state investment for this brand new program is great evidence of that demand. That's more than $250 million in the first call. And two, many Kansans have expressed to me how much they appreciate that transportation investments are achieved with bipartisan support. We all drive on the same roads, and we all have a vested interest in making them as safe and as efficient as possible. There's a real longing to see cooperation among our government leaders. We live in a time where collaborating with those that we might not always agree with, in the spirit of getting things done, can seem like a lost art. And there's data to back that up. Quorum, which is a data analytics firm, found that the number of bipartisan bills that were introduced in Congress has decreased by 30% since 1989. Too often, it seems leaders would rather bicker than build, but not here and not today and not with our leaders. It's a great celebration for those who want to build. Our governor, members of the Legislative Task Force, and members of the Forward Advisory Group. They want to build safer, healthier, and livelier communities, the kind of communities that Kansans, young and old, want to make their forever home. So whether it's building a sidewalk that will make children walking to school in Garden Plain safer, or improving a street in Paola to open up economic development opportunities, these 22 projects represent great things that can be achieved when state and local government work together. I only wish we could do more. And as Max said, when I said, man, we had to leave so many good projects behind, he said, that's okay. Leave some for seed. And we have. This is only the beginning. We launched the cost share program in July. And my staff hears me say a lot that I believe in public sector principles and private sector urgency. And through this process, we have stayed true to those public sector principles. We've been collaborative, creative problem solvers, committed to serving all Kansans, regardless of whether they live in our largest cities or our smallest towns. And in terms of urgency, I am really proud. We stood up this program, we issued a call for projects, we evaluated those projects, and today we are announcing the awards in 92 working days. And that is a record that even the private sector would be very proud of. More importantly, this accelerated effort allows us to get much needed money into the Kansas economy sooner. Several of these projects are shovel ready. Many KDOT employees worked hard together to deliver this program, and I want to thank them for their efforts. In particular, I want to thank Deputy Secretary Lindsay Douglas. Without her leadership on this program, we wouldn't be here today. And I also want to thank Governor Kelly. Your vision to return to cooperation and compromise has shaped this program. And it's one of the reasons I'm honored to be a part of your team. Certainly, none of this would be possible without you ensuring that more dollars stay in the State Highway Fund. Please welcome Governor Kelly.
Thank you, Julie. 92 days is really very impressive. I didn't think anything around here got done that quickly. So, good morning. It is really good to be here today to emphasize just how great a day this is. As I reviewed the 22 new cost share projects, I was reminded of one of the reasons that my husband Ted and I came to live in Kansas and make it our forever home 33 years ago. Each project demonstrates Kansas communities' commitment to improving quality of life for their citizens, and it shows that when we're willing to work together, we can make meaningful improvements. And by sharing the costs of these projects, we can maximize state, local, federal, and private resources to make long-term transportation enhancements across Kansas. These transportation investments also serve broader needs in communities, from supporting job growth to expanding access to health care and more. For example, the B Street Reconstruction Project in Washington, Kansas is about much more than repaving the street, installing curbs, and building handicap accessible sidewalks, though these are obviously important improvements. As School Superintendent Denise O'Day noted, this project will make it safer for kids who walk to school and will encourage more kids to do the same. A recent study at the University of Cambridge found that children who walk or bicycle to school tend to be healthier than children who travel by car or bus. By giving our kids a better, safer opportunity to make it to school on foot, we can support healthier lifestyles. The project at the Salina Regional Airport is another great example of the wide-ranging value of these cost-share projects. While the money technically will be used to repair runway 35 and improve one of the airport's hangars, there's added benefit in the project helping to support 450 new, good-paying aerospace jobs. When the Wichita North Junction was built more than 50 years ago, it was not meant to serve today's traffic demands. Because of that, employees in this area have had to leave work 30 minutes early to pick up their children from school on time. Traffic challenges also make it tougher for businesses in the area to recruit workers. Thanks to updates there made possible by our cost share program, we can enhance economic prosperity in the region by improving safety and supporting new economic development opportunities. I could go on all day about the projects, but unfortunately we don't have time. So to sum it up, today we're announcing 22 new transportation improvement projects totaling nearly $74 million. State funds make up $39 million of that total, which means it's almost a 50-50 partnership between the state and local governments. Using these partnerships, we will make great strides towards improving Kansas's health, generating economic growth, and making our communities more attractive places for families and businesses. I also recognize that while communities across our state value this cost share program, they also value all other transportation programs KDOT provides. Over the years, many millions of dollars have been removed from our transportation program, nicknamed the Bank of KDOT, which has prevented us from making these necessary investments in our communities. But I'm working to end that. We have already begun to close the Bank of KDOT with the goal of complete closure by 2023. We must keep those funds where they belong and invest in Kansas communities. I want to thank you all for being here this morning and celebrating this great day, and I'm going to hand it back to Julie Lorenz.
So as you can see, projects all across the state, cities large and small. Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much. We want to provide many more good days for transportation. Through Forward, we can not only implement more new programs, we can deliver them better by being good problem solvers and good partners with communities. As the Governor noted, transportation impacts multiple aspects of our lives: our health, our jobs, our time with family. It's not perfectly compartmentalized. So why should we try to deliver it that way? We know there are times when a community has a transportation need that doesn't fit perfectly in one of our categories. We are committed to actively working with communities to find solutions tailored to their needs, not our categories. I hope you'll be able to participate in our local consult meetings occurring now through November 20th. Our cost share program is only one of the new programs we're discussing and are prepared to launch through Forward, but we have to have the resources to do so. This is the list of the awardees. It will be in a packet. And I want to end, of course, on this slide. It's time to build a brighter future for Kansas. We're ready to move forward. Thank you.